I decided to become a journalist when I was still at school. And it was at the beginning of the Intifada. It was after I lost my brother. So the cameraman that I worked with, he was in Gaza, and he was filming the incidents inside Gaza, and he was shot by the Israeli soldiers, and he died instantly. He was expecting a child a week after I met him. This really made me want to be part of a profession where I can tell the truth to the world.
I chose journalism because I feel that everybody has a voice and everybody has to find a way to express this voice. I do remember that during the Israeli operation on Gaza, Led, and I do remember going to Al Shifa hospital, and we were going to do like some footage from there. But of course, even near the hospital, there were like heavy bombings. The driver was freaking out. He was going in every direction you can imagine. There's nowhere to go. Where would you go to be safe? Nowhere. So we just sat there in the car and waited.
We all know that just because you're a journalist covering a conflict area, then de facto you're in a very, very dangerous situation. We cannot overemphasize how important it is to have reliable sources of information from people we trust and who trust us, from people who are ready to tell us do not go down this road because right now there is a dangerous checkpoint. It is really as specific as that. Today it's made easier because everybody has cell phones, everybody has satellite phones, everybody has access to tweeting. The more you're connected, the more people will miss you if you disappear for a couple of hours. So constantly alerting people that you're still there will make them realize that you're absent if something happens to you.
A friend of mine from journalism school, his name is James Buck, was jailed in Egypt, and the only means of communication for him was to tweet, and he sent a tweet saying that he was in jail, and people were actually alerted to his situation. And so we've seen examples like that where people are actually able to communicate when they're in insecure or unsafe positions. So the ways that journalists in Palestine and around the world can stay safe is to follow the right people, have people know where you are. So if you do find yourself in a position where your security is compromised, that you can actually broadcast that to the world. So you have to establish those relationships before you find yourself in a position where your security is compromised. We find that journalists who retweet other people are more likely to be retweeted because people see the opportunity of talking with this person. They're not just having a one-sided conversation. They're actually interacting with people.
In Gaza, we use social media just to let the word out. But what I discovered here that you can actually enhance your security using social media. And this is something that we don't use in Gaza, although we saw it in Egypt, Tunisia, and other places. I would go back to Gaza and start telling people to start launching applications and use social media in a way to ensure their security and safety.
All journalists should not give up. They should just keep on challenging whatever situations they face in order to get to the story and to get whatever message they want to be out there.
Journalism is no longer restricted to formal journalists themselves. It has finally become almost a collective responsibility to help us all ensure a little bit more safety and security for our own work when we're in danger areas.